Hey guys, so I just want to do a quick little comparison here between the Moto Z Play on the left and the Asus Zenfone 3, which I did buy a couple of months ago, and I wanted to compare them because they're quite similar actually in terms of the price and the build, etc. So we're just going to have a look at them here, what they bring to the table, and start off booting up at the same time. So we'll just power them down here. And obviously you can see Zen UI, even though to the skin, very fast and responsive, I have found. And it's pretty interesting as well to see that Asus seems to be pushing out updates for the device. There were quite a few when I started it up. We did have an accident with the Zenfone 3, hence the little screen thing here. So I think the Zenfone 3 can be had for about €300, and the Moto Z Play a bit more expensive, about 350. Moto Z Play arguably offers you nice hardware in terms of the screen and the big battery, obviously stock Android as well, which is very appealing to some people. But I think most people will get used to the Zen UI. Really, it's not that bad or anything. So we're just going to open up some apps here, have a look at the day-to-day performance, then we can see if there's any differences. Everything's closed down and everything is up to date, because when you factor in the processor, which I think is the same as well, both Snapdragon 625, quite mid-range kind of processor, you might see a difference with that. And so far you can see the Zenfone 3 seems to be keeping up here pretty much with the boy on the left, Moto Z. So what do we have? I don't think we have anything. I think we do have some apps like settings, which seem to come here a little bit faster on the left. And what do we have? We have some games, maybe GTA. Where is the GTA at? There we go. I hope you enjoy the theme as well that we do have on the Zenfone. I think the Moto Z Play is a little bit boring in that aspect, in that there's not really that many themes you can put on. However, Moto Z obviously does have the excellent Moto mods compatibility on the back, obviously. So you can see they open up the game quite similar, really. Where I was expecting the Moto Z to be a little bit snappier here and there, but I'm not really seeing it. I'm seeing quite similar performance generally. Really, let's have a look at something here. Speed test. Ookla. So you can see both run the same infrastructure, and I'm just going to go with the Z. I think the problem with the Zenfone 3 that I have is that it was more expensive than the Zenfone 2, and the Zenfone 2 itself was pretty fantastic, really, when it came to... Ooh, what's this score? This is a pretty lame score today. I'm not downloading anything or streaming 4K. So quite a miserable score there for the Z Play. Maybe those scratches affect the antenna, because it does go all around the device. either way, you can see Zenfone 3's killing it here when it comes to the Wi-Fi. I don't think, do we have a fingerprint scanner on this? Yes, we do, on the back, as you can see. So that's another difference you should pay attention to. It does make it a bit annoying trying to get into the device when they're on the table, but I can see where your finger would rest on the back. It does feel quite comfortable. We're just going to have a look at the web browsing as well. So let's try Tech Radar. So you can see very nice fast load here for both of them. Not much difference with that one. GSM Arena. Very nice fast performance here. One thing I would say is that the screen is much more preferable on the Moto Z in terms of like the contrast, etc. You know, the Zenfone 3 is quite good, but you can't really beat an AMOLED display. So I'm seeing quite similar kind of performance here when it comes to the web browsing. Nothing to really, you know, differentiate the devices. Props to Asus really for good optimization of their platform. We just see the memory as well, memory management. That is something to consider. We do get 4 gigs of RAM in the Zenfone 3 versus 3 gigs in the Moto. But you can see the Moto is not actually reloading any, whereas I did see a reload there with the Zenfone. So quite good here generally, going in and out of stuff. But I think really, you know, the day-to-day performance isn't going to be that different. But I think really the Moto Z is coming with some nice stuff, which you know, you should consider. As I said, we are getting the Moto Z stuff here, which I'm not a big fan of. You know, I have said quite a few times I'm not really that bothered about it, but some people could be. You know, if you got party or something you want to put the speaker attachment on, you can. Whereas the Zenfone 3 doesn't have much in terms of unique features. You know, it feels a little bit like an also-ran kind of device. Other thing that I have problems with Asus with is that they rarely update their software past the major version of whatever it's launched with. So they are keeping it up to date in terms of security patch, which is good. But the Asus Zenfone 2 took a year to get to Marshmallow, which was ridiculous. So I think Moto is going to have you covered when it comes to the software going forward. Also, that big battery in the Moto is something you should consider. Absolutely epic standby times with the Moto Z Play. Cameras, I'd say about comparable. I have tested this one in the past. It's very competent, a step up from the Zenfone 2. And they both do support 4K, which is quite nice to see as well. And I think they both support fast charging, but overall I think I preferred the Z Play this year. I think it's got, you know, a nicer screen really in terms of, as I said, the contrast level. You know, it's got more kind of expandability. It's got you know, Moto branding as well, which is a little bit better when it comes to the software updates. You know, well known. Really, I do see some nice stuff with the Asus Zenfone 3. You know, it's got a nice design. It's a little bit cheaper at the end of the day. You know, and you can get different variants of it, like the Deluxe, etc. But I think Asus kind of missed the ball a little bit when it came to releasing the phone, making it come out a bit too late. And yeah, you know, other things have catched up to it this year. So yeah, just a quick comparison between these two phones, and hope you found it helpful if you're looking at these two, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.